Howdy guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at part number 36 from our advanced parts. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, we're back into the program here. Now, in today's video, like I mentioned, we're going to be looking at part number 36. And I think this one just about rivals our 11 options part, but it might be one less. I think it might be about 10. But in any case, so let's head into it. Let's go flat parts. We go for part 36. Open this. And as you guys can see here, we've got quite a number of options to set. Now, I'm going to just zoom in here so we can look at what we've got. So now, obviously, I like to break it down to the basics and then we slowly build upon that. So first of all, we've got A and B, which is going to set the overall rectangle's width and height. And then you will notice what we have is two rectangle cutouts inside the large rectangle. So it's a good way to view the shape so it makes a bit more sense. So we can break them into individual parts as well. Then we have next up, so after the A and B, we've got the C and D over here, which is how far this first rectangle is from the side of the cube and how high it is from the bottom. Then on the other side here, we've got the F and E, which basically does the same thing but with a second rectangle. Then what we have, we've got a X1 and Y1 and a X2 and Y2. And this will be setting the width and height of your rectangles. So we set the width and height, and then we've got R1, which is setting the rounding of these corners on the first rectangle. And then we've got R2, as you can see, 4 times R2, which means that it's going to be setting 4 of those angles. So I would say let's quickly adjust it. So let's go about, I'm going to make this bit broader so we can try fit in both those. So A and B, 300 by 200. Then we've got C and D. I'm going to keep this one maybe about 20, 30. Then we've got E and F, so it's the other side. Let's make it a little bit larger, maybe go about 50. And then I'll make this one about 80 high. So maybe make it 70 just to be safe. And then we've got X1 and X2, so it's going to be the size of the first rectangle. So I'm going to make the first one maybe a square, and the second one we can make more of a rectangle. So I'm going to go about, let's try 50 by 50. I think we're still safe. And then we go the Y. So this one I'm going to make about, let's try 80. So this is the Y. Let's make sure, we'll show Y1. Okay, no. So I see they put the Y's together and the X's together. So we're going to want to do, this is X1 and Y1. So this one is going to become 50. So Y1 is going to be 50. And then we're looking at Y2. Let's make the height of this one 80. And then we'll make X2. Let's leave that at 50. Now I'm going to put these to maybe 10. And let's just see if we have any problems. We preview our shape. Okay, there we go. We've got our shapes. I could have made my shapes a little bit larger. So I think let's quickly do that. So we go X1 and X and Y1. So let's try about 80 for X1, Y1 80. Preview that. There we go. It looks a bit better. And now I want to make the width and height of the X2 also bigger. So let's go 60 by about 100. There we go, we've got our shapes. Now obviously, like I always say, keep in mind these measurements will depend on your actual product you are making or the sheet you're going to cut out. So most of this should be pre-measured ideally. So you can simply just throw it into the program and calculate it. You might do fine adjustments, but for most of the part it should be fine. I'm just obviously for the sake of the tutorial, so I like to just add in some different values. Okay, so manual quantity 1, add it, and let's add that to our cutting sheet. Here we go, got our rectangle with 2 rectangle cutouts with a rounding. Yeah, that covers P36. If we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request the training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.